But I wanted to end, as far as our guests are concerned, I wanted to end on a very fun and lighthearted and a high note and an inspiring note, because our final guest of the year is joining us in studio in a matter of seconds. She's one half of the brand new AEW Women's Tag Team Champions, the Babes of Wrath. Her name on AEW is Harley Cameron, but I saw her a few months ago doing a lot of interesting things that you don't see wrestlers, and in particular women's wrestlers, doing. Singing, doing ventriloquism, I do believe it's called, as a ventriloquist, just doing off the beat, different kind of stuff. And this caught my eye and I thought it was very interesting. And so I wanted to have her in studio to talk about this, because they're in New York over the weekend to do a bunch of holiday shows at Hammerstein Ballroom, which is an incredible venue in its own right. And then I started to learn about her backstory and I was like, wow, this person needs to get her story out. This is a great story and it's actually quite inspiring. And so without further ado, let us say hello to the aforementioned Harley Cameron, who is here in studio with the belt. Wow, with the actual belt.
I had to bring the
Hello.
merchandise.
How are you?
Hello, lovely
so
to
great
meet
to meet
you.
you. Thank you so much. Wow, look at that thing.
Thank
There it is.
you. Yes.
Amazing.
My precious.
I appreciate it very much. Welcome, welcome. How are you?
I'm excellent.
We're very festive here, as you can see.
I love
because it's
it.
the holiday season.
I feel
Look
like
at that
New
belt.
York, the festive season is fantastic. It's
It is
full swing.
Actually, you haven't been to New York that often, right? Because I saw an interview with you and the great Renee Paquette where you were
Yes.
talking about being in the city for the first time, and that wasn't that long ago.
Yes, I think it was around this time last year, actually, but she took me on the tourist journey. She took me to see the tree, and then we went to see what's the show called with the kicking?
The Rockettes.
The Rockettes,
At
yes.
Radio City.
Yes, we saw that, and then she took me to Magnolia Bakery, if I'm
Oh
saying
my
that
God, you
correct.
had the banana pudding.
Yes, the pudding.
Oh my God,
Yes.
amazing, right?
Yes, it was excellent. So it's funny, my parents are here right now, and I was walking them around to literally all those places. I was like, and here's the tree, and here's
Yes,
the pudding.
yes.
Yes.
And that was only a year ago. So your first time in New York was a year ago.
Yeah, I think I've been back maybe once before, but it was literally to do, I think, a signing. So it was in out. I didn't get to
Okay.
explore. So I do like it here. It's
And over the weekend, you were at the legendary Hammerstein Ballroom.
yes.
And what was that like?
Oh my gosh, it was fantastic. I actually was very lucky this time last year. I did have a match here and I got to perform last year, and the audience is just electric. And it's just such a beautiful like setup there. It's really special performing there.
Some legendary ECW shows, and then WWE had Raw there and whatnot. So great to have you in studio.
Thank
This is
you.
wonderful. Like I said, I saw a few months ago you doing some very different type of stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, who is this person? Who is this person with the puppet or doll?
Yes, the puppet. We can say
And
puppet.
and I don't want to get to, I want to build up to it.
Yes,
but what,
puppets don't like dolls. It's a controversy. But
yeah.
yes,
So what is like the PC term for?
Oh, I mean, do you know what? I'm not one to get offended easy. You can call it whatever you like, but I call it my puppet. My
Okay.
puppet. You're my puppet buddies.
How would you describe your 2025? Because this feels like a really transformative sort of kind of turning point in your life and career.
Definitely. This year has been, it's hard to put into words. It's been a huge year of growth for me. I have had some amazing moments, and I definitely am looking back at it feeling really proud, because I think I had just a transformative year. I had a lot of fantastic opportunities. I got to, wrestle in my home in Grand Slam at the start of the year against Mercedes, which was amazing. I was in the first Blood and Guts, and now, I'm Babes of Wrath, the first ever AEW Women's Tag Team Champions. So looking back, I'm just, very, very proud.
This time last year, what were you expecting as far as 2025 was concerned? Where were you at?
I think this time last year, my focus was just to grow and be better. This time last year, I was in a completely different situation. And again, I was here in New York performing at Hammerstein. And it was one of my matches actually where I was like, wow, I'm really hearing for the first time the crowd was behind me. And it's interesting looking back at that now and how that has helped me evolve, It's this year was like, I just want to do better, learn more. And looking back, if I spoke to myself this time last year, I probably wouldn't believe the things that have happened. Yeah.
Okay, so you grew up in Australia, right? You don't grow up in Gold Coast, but you moved to Gold Coast.
Correct.
New
yes.
South Wales?
Yes, so I'm originally from this tiny little town called Austinville.
Okay.
It's got like a population of like, I don't know, like less than 2,000 people, like itty bitty.
Wow.
Yeah, and when we first moved to the Gold Coast, I didn't want to go. My parents, my mum and stepdad moved me, and I was like, no. But I'm glad it happened now because, you know, I love growing up on the Gold Coast. That area is just gorgeous.
And I know a little bit about Australia, so please correct me. Obviously, awful story last week at Bondi Beach.
Disgusting.
Anyone you know affected, or I don't know how far that is from not close, right?
So it was in Sydney, and I have a lot of family in Sydney. So I will say it's just horrendous and awful and disgusting to see, and I'm very thankful that I don't personally know anybody there. But where it happened, Bondi Beach, like a lot of my sisters like lived there for a long time. I got a lot of siblings, and most of my siblings live in Sydney.
Wow.
So it definitely was really heartbreaking, and it's also really sad because Australia was notoriously known for like multiculturalism and also safety and non-gun violence. So it's really disappointing to see.
Awful scenes. Obviously, it affected me as a Jewish person as well, and I love Australians, and I always compare Australians to Canadians. I'm from Canada. I feel like we're kind of peaceful people, and we don't like gun violence and all this nonsense. I will have to say that the response has been lovely to see. The people show up, donate blood, to see the tributes. It's been very nice. So I hate that it happened, but I think the true spirit of Australians has shown up in the aftermath. Would you agree?
Yeah, I definitely think so. And again, too, it's really shocking because I agree with your comparison with Australian Canadians. We're very, easygoing, like happy people. So it's heartbreaking to see, but I am proud that, Australia is now rallying to like show that love and support at least. It's the only good thing that is happening from that.
So you mentioned siblings. 7, 8?
8.
8. 8 siblings.
Yeah.
How many boys, how many girls?
So there's me, Alex, Cindy, Lara, Renee, Matt, Dan. Wait, that's all of them. Did I miss a sibling? That's all.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The fact that you're asking yourself that I miss a sibling means you have a lot.
Yeah.
So you're the oldest?
I'm the second youngest.
You're the second youngest.
Yes.
How old's the oldest?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Forgive me. They're in their like late 40s.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Tian and Michelle. There we go.
You forgot two. Oh my gosh. Are you guys close?
Yes, we're all very close, even though I've forgotten their names.
Oh my
Sorry,
dear.
guys.
Hopefully they don't see this.
Yeah, no, they'll see it and then they'll grill me later, but it's okay. I deserve it. No, we're all very, very close, and that's the hardest thing about being here is that I had to say goodbye to all of that because my family are like my best friends. Yeah.
And forgive me for asking, but all from the same parents?
No.
Okay, I was like, holy
Mom, you had quite
smokes.
a time. No, she I've got half siblings and step siblings.
Okay.
I've actually, out of all of them, only one brother is from the same dad,
Okay,
Alex.
okay.
But we never grew up saying half or anything like that.
Sure.
Like families.
Did you
family.
ever grow up all under the same roof?
Yeah.
At the same time?
There was a time where there was 5 of us. Yeah, there.
Okay.
So there was always a very full house, and my mum at the time was a single parent, so my older siblings definitely like helped take care of me and everything like that. So we're very, very bonded. We talk like all the time. We're very close. We're very loving, big, crazy Australian family.
I've heard you say Christmas time always very crazy.
Yes.
Is it hard not being home around this time?
Oh, it's so hard. I always say it's America's wonderful, and I'm so lucky that my career is doing so well. I'm so thankful because saying goodbye to that has been very difficult, and I've missed Christmas was like huge for us. We'd spend all cousins, everyone. There was like a house full of 40 people, and that's my life was growing up. And then all of a sudden I'm over here, and I at the moment I live alone with 2 dogs, and it can be very lonely. But like AEW has honestly been like a family to me, and it is my family. Like I feel like I have a family at work now, which is cool.
So when you were a kid, when you were growing up, what was your dream? What did you want to become?
I think from a young age, I just knew I wanted to perform and I wanted to entertain people. I wasn't sure the avenue that it would lead me down, but when I was in like school, I was singing and dancing and trying to like make people laugh, that kind of thing. So my mum always said she knew that I'd be a performer of some capacity, but I never knew that I'd be a wrestler. I loved watching wrestling as a kid, but I lived in Australia, and it's very difficult to come and work in America, like as you I'm sure would know. And you kind of think there are certain careers and you think, okay, well, I watch this on TV, but that's not going to be my reality because I live in Australia. And how would I get to America and work there? So I never thought to myself, well, how could I go be a professional wrestler on that level, because I wasn't in a town with it where it was a big predominant thing. And additionally, I was like, well, how would I get there and do it? It wasn't until I moved to America I was like, oh wow, I'm in the land that I can do it now.
How old are you when you move?
Goodness, I think I was 25.
Okay. I mean, we could even see your singing chops there. Like you sung the answer there for a second.
What do you mean?
I saw the levels. Wait, so you're 25. Why do you leave?
So my partner at the time did come over here to pursue wrestling. He was a wrestler. And for me, I had a great job. I was performing in theater and I was very happy with, life. But I was in this relationship with him and I thought, well, I like he wanted me to move and I initially was like, do I want to leave? Like I've already got this great setup. And then I was like, I can't work in America. I can't do anything. But I thought to myself, if I go over there and maybe I could figure out what my life would look like. So I did initially come here with no workability at all. And that was a hard thing because I came over here thinking, okay, well, maybe initially I was like, maybe I'll be able to do Broadway because I was in theater in Australia. And I came over here and I saw an independent show and like a wrestling show. And from that moment I said, this is what I want to do. And even though I know that was his journey, at the time I was like, I want to do this. And I hope that it's okay that he doesn't mind, because I was like, I want to do this. It's everything that I've done and I didn't realize I had the skills for in different capacities, because I was like, it's athletics, it's entertainment. I used to be a bodybuilder and I did personal training and nutrition. That was one of my backgrounds in my careers. And then I've been an entertainer my whole life. And I was like, this is athletics and entertainment together. So the light bulb went on there.
Did he mind?
Initially he was kind of like, why do you want to do, are you sure you want to do this? Like he was more worried, I guess, about my safety. And he was like, it's rough. It's harder than you think. And I think he was very much maybe like, I don't think you can do it because like I'm a pretty small framed gal. But then when I said, no, I want to do it, he was like, okay, supportive of it. And I will say when I begun it, I was like, oh my gosh, now I wake up call. This is very challenging.
When you were in Australia, you ever take a bump, ever do anything sort of physical like that?
No, never like had been in a wrestling ring in my life. Yeah. So the first taste that I had was at Flatbacks Wrestling School in Orlando.
Okay.
And my first bump, I instantly thought, ooh, can I do this? Big wake up call.
How long ago was that?
Just over 3 years ago.
That's nothing.
Yeah, I'm still in shock that everything has happened in the speed that it has for me, because I've been very blessed. It's all fallen into place very quickly.
So I heard a story. You're living in a hotel, I think, and you see a brochure about like a sort of like an open mic night of sorts.
Yeah. When we first came here, we were living out of a hotel, and I knew that when I came here that I couldn't work. I didn't have any friends. I didn't have anyone to talk to, but I thought, well, if I come here and I network, because I'm used to that from entertainment in Australia, it's all about, especially as a musician, I was like, it's just about like being around musicians and meeting people. I thought, well, at least if I can have a hobby, I'll like find my people.
Right. And
I saw a brochure for this Orlando rock show and I saw it. So I went there, I think the next day, and I went in and saw the show, and it was an impersonation show. And I went to the management and I said, hey, I'd like to perform here. And they said, well, like, who do you impersonate? And I'd never done it before, but I was like, I can pull off like Christina Aguilera or Lady Gaga. So I said, these two people. And then I said, but here's the thing. I said, I can't be paid. I can't work, but I can volunteer. So I said, I would just like to perform here. You don't have to pay me. And they were like, okay, well, you're on this Friday. Like they did an audition for me and I just like got up and sang and like played a bit of piano for them, whatever. They liked the Lady Gaga. And I went to, I think it was Spirit Halloween, bought Lady Gaga costume, and I was on that weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how'd it go?
It was great. And then I from that moment, I met other musicians and other performers, and I started finding my people like in the respect of, okay, I have something to do here now. And then it's like, how do I now figure out a way to get paid eventually, because I've got to get a visa somehow. So I initially for a long time was just doing a lot of like performing with bands and at this show and like anywhere that would take me, but I had to do it for free because, obviously legally couldn't do it. But I'm so glad I did that because it is very lonely leaving your country and coming here. And I think that if I didn't do that, I don't know if that would have given me the drive to just, progressively do other things.
I don't think Americans realize how hard it is to work here as a foreigner. So that's why I went through that as well. A year I couldn't get paid, that whole thing.
Yes.
And so when I hear stories of this and then I see someone break through and persevere, because unfortunately there are some who just can't stick around. They have to go home, and that's a bit of a sad ending. It's very inspiring to me, and I relate to it. At any point, did you think to yourself, I don't know if this is going to work out.
Yes.
I might have to go back home. I'm a failure. Like, did you have that moment, and how close were you to actually breaking and going back?
So I was fortunate that in Australia, I was good with my finances and savvy. I had savings. I had enough to survive and get me through. And I also, obviously, I had a partner at the time who was taking care of rent and everything. But I had my own money to attribute from back that I bought from Australia. There was definitely moments where I was trying to seek initially out an agent to just support me as an entertainer, because you need a petitioner. I'm sure you need someone to back that. I was having a difficult time finding in Orlando the right people. I didn't know anyone. I didn't have the connections. And I think that there was definitely times where I was like, well, this is all well and good that I'm performing and that I'm doing it, but I can't get paid. How long is this money going to last? Is this realistic? I left this great job in Australia. Should I go back? I was very lonely. It's very difficult. I didn't have my family. And then I think the hardest part was when I found that passion for wrestling. That was a new challenge, because when I was like, this is what I want to do, I want to wrestle, it was then, well, this is even harder, because at least with entertainment, I had the backgrounds. We could have done the visa could have been supported through my body of work. But with wrestling, I was like, unless a major company picks me up, I'm taking a huge risk here, because I'm going to put all my eggs in this basket and hope it works out. And I think there was definitely moments that I was concerned it wasn't going to. But I'm very lucky it did work out and that I persevered, because, now I'm just living my dream. But there was a lot of times that I was like, failure is not an option for me, because otherwise I've left everything for nothing,
How long into that wrestling training do you start to think, I've got this? There's something here. I might turn this into a career.
My coaches, Breeze and Spears, from day one, they said to me, they said you need three things to make it in this business. You need to be entertaining, you need to be good in the ring, and you need to have your image, your look, your persona, whatever that may be, carved out. And they said to me, if you have all three, you'll make it. They said to me from day one, they said, well, your image, you know who you are, the personality, the promos, all that, that's your background, you've got it. If you can pick up the ring work, you could make it. So I think from day one, they kind of said to me, just know that you've got the things. If you work on the one thing that you don't have, if you don't give up, it's probably inevitable you'll be successful. So I definitely had their voice in the back of my head. And again, it wasn't until I was given my contract that I was actually like, holy crap, it worked out. Because there's a lot of trial and error, and especially finding your feet when you've never wrestled before. And, I did find the wrestling very challenging to pick up. It was, brand new to me. And I still am to this day, working on my in-ring. It's something that I will forever be working on, because it's the newest thing. But it worked out, and I'm very, very lucky.
I think as of now, you only have 65 or so matches under your belt. Is that accurate?
I think so. I think the other day I'm up to 89.
Okay. I don't want to sell you short.
No,
but
I'm climbing.
Nothing. That's nothing.
Yeah, it's still very
new. The
new.
vast majority have been, how many were on the indies?
I had, when I got hired at AEW, I'd had 21 matches.
That's it?
That's it. The second match of my life was AEW Dark.
Wow.
Yeah, against Willow, funnily enough.
Wow, your current tag team partner.
Correct, very full
Second
circle.
match of your life.
Yes.
How nervous were you?
Surprisingly, I felt confident, because I, again, had these coaches that were fantastic and prepared me for everything. They kind of hyped me up a lot. I will say I was as nervous just then, the butterflies are still the same to this day. That's how I feel about wrestling in general. It's why I love it. It's I feel alive and the butterflies and nerves and all kinds of wonderful emotions. But I knew that the wrestling is the moves, the process of that is new to me, but being on camera, holding a microphone, that's the stuff I'm very confident in. So I wasn't shaken by, we're on television now, we're filming now, that kind of aspect. It was definitely like, I just want to make sure I do good in the ring. But with the camera work, I'm like, hello, like I'm good at this.
Okay.
But
Is it true you spoke to WWE very early on?
yes.
Okay, so what happened there?
Here's
Here's the music again.
Yeah.
The vocals. I don't know what
That's
to
my
call it.
thinking sound. I will say thank you to them, because thanks to them, I have my green card.
Okay, interesting.
Thanks to them, I learned to wrestle.
What does that mean?
That they helped me with my wrestling training to flatbacks. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I believe there was they went through transitional stages where I think in their office, certain people, were perhaps, I think, released from the company. They went through some big changes. A lot of people were in, a lot of people were out, that kind of thing. And I guess just fate didn't lead me in that direction. And I, in the interim of not knowing what was going on, had an opportunity to be at AEW Dark, and then I had another opportunity there, and then I was offered, the contract with AEW. And after, being in this country for so long and knowing that I want to be a professional wrestler and this door opened for me, I went to AEW, and I'm so glad I did, because I feel like it's where I was meant to be. Definitely no dirty, greasy story there or anything.
No.
But they definitely helped me with my wrestling journey. I just AEW snatched me up.
Did you train at the Performance Center?
No, because I
Okay.
didn't have the ability to. I couldn't legally be there because I didn't have like a working ability.
Okay.
But they sent me to flatbacks.
Okay.
And when I was initially kind of chatting with them, and I had fantastic training from Breeze and Spears, and then again, I don't know where the interest was lost in the journey, but AEW found me, and I'm very, very lucky they did.
How close were you to actually signing with them?
God, I mean, it's hard to say because I was in communications back and forth, but it's not like I got a contract offer.
Okay.
I'll say that much. But I initially was like, that was my initial first goal.
Sure.
Was definitely going that direction. I think AEW has allowed me to showcase who I am as a performer. Tony Khan has given me so many amazing opportunities, and I am so lucky that he took a chance on somebody who'd only had 21 matches, because I'm so proud to be working there, and I am, so proud to be a belt holder now, first ever tag team champion with Willow. So I think that, sometimes when you think the universe is saying no to you, it's because it has other plans.
And so that process of getting signed by AEW,
Yes.
what is that like? How do you go through the process, and then the moment that you are offered the contract?
Yeah.
What is that moment like?
It was surreal, honestly. So I knew that there was a faction being formed because I had been training with Spears and also Billy Gunn, who they had told me that there was an opportunity coming up they were looking for a female for this faction. And I spoke to QT Marshall, and we had a phone conversation, and then I had the Dark opportunity, and they decided that I was the right fit for the role. I had a match and I cut some promos. So I owe a lot to QT Marshall. He's the one that chose me to be the right person.
I like the way you say Marshall.
Yes.
I usually hear Marshall.
So
Am I saying it wrong?
No, well, I mean, I said Marshall once, and then I was told it's Marshall.
Oh, wow. I had no idea. Okay.
So, I mean, I add the little bit of flair on
Sure.
But yeah, so QT definitely gave me the opportunity to be in that faction, and then the rest is history, really.
Wow. And so when that contract comes your way that day, after everything you've been through, the doubts, leaving home,
Yes.
how do you react? Where are you when you finally come to terms with the fact that this is actually going to happen?
I rang my mum right away. I think it was like 5 a.m. in Australia. But I was just so, I can't explain the mixture of excitement but also relief, because it's this terrifying journey leaving everything you know and hoping that this American dream works out. And, you know, again, when it happened, I was just so ecstatic. Like, I can't explain. I still feel like very thankful to this day and very lucky to be here. There's not a day that goes by that I'm not like appreciative of it. We have the shuttle that takes us to the show on times, and I literally will sit there and kind of like stare at and just like look at the different towns we're going through and be like, how cool is this? I'm feeling so much gratitude.
Because you're relatively new to the game, and I know you said that as you were a kid, you watched wrestling. By the way, did you get into wrestling as a kid because your siblings were into it, or were you just a fan?
My little brother Alex and I used to watch together all the time. He was obsessed with The Undertaker and John Cena, used to just like kind of like just beat me up.
Do you watch some of the older, I don't want to call them older, but you know, like the Trish Stratuses of the world, the leader?
Yeah.
Now, you know, maybe that was a period that you weren't watching, I don't know, to, you know, kind of catch up to speed on the greats of women's wrestling and how to like learn from them and all that stuff. Do you find yourself doing that now because you're so into it now?
I definitely will say so. I watched from a young age, and then when I went into my teens, I probably fell out of it a little bit then. But then when moving to America and immersed in that atmosphere again, because again, my ex-partner at the time was on that journey, and I just naturally started watching everything and catching up, like you said. So I definitely think that when you're in it, you just become even more excited to learn more and more. So I definitely like dive in deep now and like love to watch everything I can.
And what about this bodybuilding? What kind of a bodybuilder were you?
I just did fitness competitions. So I did that for like, oh gosh, probably 4 years.
Wow.
I did multiple shows year after year after year. So I was very, very into it. I was a personal trainer at the time. I studied that and nutrition. So I was very focused on that for a long time in my life. And then again, I was doing that in theater at the same time. But, you know, never in my wildest dreams did I think that it would attribute to wrestling.
Right.
But it did teach me a dedication. Like anyone that's done a bodybuilding show can definitely tell you that it's like, it takes a level of like focus and grit, which I will attribute to like the level of focus I have with other things today.
Did you also have a cup of coffee as a BKFC ring girl?
Yes, I was a BKFC ring girl.
Was it just once?
No, I did it for quite a while,
really?
Actually. Yeah.
How did that happen?
At one of the, how did it happen?
There you are.
There I am.
I can't tell which one you are.
I'm the redhead. I used to have red hair.
Oh, wow. All right. Yeah.
Yes, actually, I wanted the red hair back, but I had to dye it twice a week. It's not worth it.
Twice a week to keep it up?
Yeah, it bleeds everywhere. It's crazy.
My
and my
dear.
apartment was red, but look, there she is. Oh, there I am.
Yes.
I had a great time, and I'm still very close with the girls there, and Dave who's there, and I think one of the girls just found my Instagram because I did a lot of modeling, and I think they just found me on Instagram, and they were like, hey, we like your look. Do you want to come do this? You know, kind of thing. So I was doing that for a while, which was really cool.
The wrestling is cool, the singing, all the stuff, the competitions. To me, what's most impressive, did you not study journalism as a youngster?
I did. I got a collegiate scholarship, actually.
This speaks to my soul. Okay,
yes.
So what kind of journalism?
So I got the scholarship to go to Bond University. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Is that Bondi Beach University?
No.
Oh.
That was a good.
Is that in Australia?
Yes, it is. It's a private university, and so what they do is they allow you to fast track it. Not fast track it. I shouldn't say that. They don't have like a holiday system that's similar here, so you can do your degrees much quicker.
Okay.
Yes, I went there, and unfortunately, actually, while I was studying, my father became terminally ill, so it was a difficult time. But I did for a while. I actually hosted a car show, and I knew nothing about cars.
Okay.
But yeah, it's funny. I didn't really enjoy the process of it.
Why not?
I think obviously because my father was really sick at the time. But again, it's funny that it didn't work out because I didn't continue with it, because I wonder if I would have had a different path. You know?
Sure.
Yeah, but I did have like I'll have to show you later. I did host a car show for a while, and like that was my first taste, was doing these reviews on cars, and I had no idea about any of these cars. So
How did that even happen? Like, how do you even get that gig?
I can't remember how the man approached me. I think in Australia we have like this thing called Star Now, and it's like a online criteria for like entertainment, acting, like presenting, all that kind of stuff. And you kind of like upload your resume and past works. And I think they scouted me from there.
Okay.
But gosh, it was so many years ago. But I think that's how they found me. And then I auditioned for it and then started hosting that show. But it was fun doing it. But I definitely, I felt like my personality was a little too quirky to fit into most molds, if that makes sense.
So when I read that you were a journalist, I'm like, okay, like, are you doing investigative pieces? Are you writing for the newspaper? You know, like.
Yeah, no, I never did anything like that. And I also found like there was a certain part of it that I didn't enjoy with what came with like the investigative side of things. Like I didn't like a lot of to be honest, the work towards the approach for it. It wasn't something that resonated with me. I very much realized I'm a performer more than I am someone that likes to do, because as you know, a lot of it is a lot of work behind the scenes for a very short amount of work on camera.
Sure.
And I found like that I thrive more in like a live performance setting, and it's a lot of work.
You want the attention, you want the spotlight.
Yes, I wanted that spotlight, and
yes.
I think it was a big wake-up call that I was like, okay, 90% of the work is behind the scenes, and as you know, it's long and it's strenuous, and I said to myself, I don't know if I want to do this. I think I want to do something more forward-facing.
Okay.
Yeah, because when I first went into it, I initially was like, okay, I like want to be like presenting the news and that kind of thing,
yes.
And then it's the hard reality of like, oh, wow, it's like a lot that goes into this behind closed doors that you don't see. You know what I mean? So I definitely was like, I think that I would prefer to pursue something on stage as opposed.
So one thing that sticks out to me as far as your current character, and by the way, who came up with Harley Cameron?
I did, yes.
Okay, and why?
Oh gosh, I just like the name Cameron, to be honest, because I was like, that's a fun name for a girl. And then obviously I like Harley Quinn. I like the personality type.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a big comic book nerd, so I liked the name Harley in general. And then I think Cameron Diaz is just great. And I was like, I love that name.
Australian Cameron Diaz? No.
No, she's not. She's American.
Who's the one that's Australian? God, they're going to make fun of me.
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie, and then older, maybe Nicole Kidman?
Nicole Kidman, yes.
Okay, a few blonde ladies.
Yes.
They allow you to show your personality on television, and obviously you have the chops to do it. And I hope you take this the right way. You remind me a little bit of Chelsea Green.
Oh, that's a huge compliment. I'm a big fan of her work.
Because I think that you don't mind offering comedic relief. I feel like historically in wrestling, the woman is either supposed to be like, you know, the valet and serious, or be sort of like flirtatious, things like, but very often not funny.
Yeah.
I think Chelsea's very funny. I think you're funny as well, and you don't mind sort of laughing at yourself or being that sort of comedic relief. Are you the one who comes up with that, or was that something that was sort of like molded as far as what people saw of you backstage and said you should go down this path?
I think when I begun wrestling, I was really fixated on who I was as a character, and I dabbled with a lot of things. And it wasn't until I did RJ City's show, AEW, where we just kind of had like an organic conversation. And he's so great at what he does. He like really pulls out, you know, your
he's
background.
Amazing, yeah,
he's fantastic. And on that show, we had a lot of back and forth comedic banter, and then like I sung, I got the guitar out and everything. And it was actually QT who saw that and said to me, he's like, you organically, I think, is entertaining. And he was like, there's not many people that like, there's the old saying of your wrestling persona should be you times 1,000. I don't think that works in every scenario, he said, but I think for you, it's the right avenue to go because you're a natural performer and you're like naturally quirky. There's like, when you're just yourself, I want to watch it. Like,
yes.
It's like, so I definitely will say doing that show with RJ allowed me to dive into that. And then I realized, okay, maybe I should be more of who I am, because I have been a performer my whole life. It just kind of comes out naturally.
Why'd they end that show, by the way?
I think a magnitude of reasons. He has gone through a lot of people in the roster. It's a show that rotates the talent, obviously. And it's been going for years now. So I think that it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, let's end this on his terms, where like, as opposed to, well, who's the next 30 guests, we got to figure that out and everything like that. Also, he's one of the hardest working people, I will say, in the company, and I think that he's probably like, ready to see what's next for him in what he can present. And I think that he was like, okay, it's time to wrap this one up. But he's very talented. I'm sure he's going to do something great next too.
Fellow Canadian as well, I do believe.
Yes, he is.
So as far as like you performing, the singing, the guitar stuff, all that stuff, how much of it is your say and how much of it is them saying, we know you could do this, so we're going to put you in this spot? Like, are they open to you pitching ideas?
So I will say, honestly, I've been given so many opportunities and spots that originally I kind of said, I can do this. Could I maybe do this for it? If that makes sense, I've kind of brought it forward. And then when it's gone well, then I was given the other opportunities and they said, hey, can you do this with the guitar? Like, for example, like the first thing I ever did with the guitar was on RJ's show. And then everyone was like, oh, she plays guitar. And then such things as I did Halftime Harley once on Collision. That was TK's idea because he was like, well, she can sing and she can perform live. Let's get her to do that. Like, I think some people saw me do the ventriloquism online in some capacity because I do that and I do stand-up. And I think that's where I was given the opportunity then to then do it on TV, and then that picked up. So it's a mixed bag. I'm definitely given the platform to do it, and as long as it goes well, they're definitely like, hey, let's run with it.
You do stand-up as well?
Yeah.
Like stand-up comedy?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we've got a show this Friday coming, Chicago at the Lincoln Lodge. We do it's all elite comedy. Myself, RJ, and Cole Cabana.
What?
Yeah.
So you're actually going up there and like doing a set?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
What kind of a comedian are you? Like, who would you equate yourself to?
Oh gosh, honestly, I like to think that I'm unique.
Okay, fair enough.
Because the first me.
Yes.
I do vary my act. Sometimes I do it with the puppet. Sometimes I do comedic singing. So I think it's hard because I don't know anyone else that does those together. But it's a bit adult, it's a bit risque.
Okay.
But yes, I love doing it. It's very fun.
And so let us talk about this puppet.
Yes.
Ventriloquism.
Yes.
Quism?
Yeah.
Quism, is that it?
Ventriloquism.
Quism.
Yes.
What a word.
Quism.
I will admit, this is how I think it might have been the Mercedes Mone one when you popped up with it. That might have been it, or maybe a little bit before. And I was like, okay, I've certainly not seen this in pro wrestling. And quite frankly, you don't see a lot of ventriloquists in the year 2025. It feels like a very sort of like 90s thing, at least for me, because as a kid, I was always fascinated by ventriloquism.
Yeah.
I told you I had a doll. I would do it in front of my parents. I was horrible at it. And I always thought it was like, how do these people do it? Like Pee Wee Herman would do it.
Yes.
And I was legit blown away by how good the good ones were, right?
Yes.
How do you get into this? How do you even discover that you can do this properly?
So I performed at a cabaret for years called Dracula's Cabaret in Australia. The people that work there notoriously had a puppet act every single year, but on a grand scale. I'm talking like huge, like some of the puppets were like 5 people on one kind of deal. And I started doing puppetry for them for the years that I was with them in certain acts. And as I was backstage, I was a singer on the side additionally, and also at the cabaret. And I was just mucking around with it and realized that I had a knack for it. So I just started studying and I just kind of taught myself. And then the rest is history. I picked it up and I've just been obsessed ever since. But I would credit Dracula's to getting me invested in the idea of puppetry. And then the rest of it, I just kind of became like personally obsessed.
And how do you tell AEW that you have this skill?
Yeah.
And what's the process of sort of like introducing this part of your character on television?
So funnily enough, I think I actually just posted a video one day on Twitter to do Cameo because Cameo reached out to me to do stuff and I was like, well, I have a puppet, maybe I could do that. And I posted a thing and then it kind of blew up. And then funnily enough, at the start of the year, I had the feud with Mercedes, and Mercedes had mentioned like, oh, imagine if she had a puppet of me, and that's kind of where the idea sparked. So I made a puppet of Mercedes, and
Where do you make the puppet?
So I bought the base, and then I just kind of literally purchased every other
You did it yourself?
Yes. Well, I can't credit the base. The base was I bought from Amazon.
Okay.
But the outfits and the everything like
tremendous.
that. And Chris from Wardrobe made her gear, I will say. But we didn't know if how everyone would feel about it. But we did the first one and people loved it. And then we just kept rolling from there. So I have to say thank you to TK too for allowing me to do it.
It's very unique. You were very good in that spot. How many do you own?
I own a few. I think I have about 6 at home, actually.
Okay.
I can.
Oh my gosh, you have one here?
I have.
Wow.
Maybe.
This is huge. We've never had a ventriloquist in action here on the program. We didn't bring a second mic, Frank, for the pup. Oh my dear.
Yes, g'day. You gonna say hello?
Yeah, g'day, how you going?
And
Wow.
what's your name?
Earl.
Oh, well, it's very nice to meet you, Earl. Are you excited to be here?
Oh, yeah, it's excellent.
And what have you been doing while you're here?
You know, just a bit of this, bit of that, exploring New York.
Well, this is Earl. He's
Hello, Earl. This is amazing. I can't like stop looking at your mouth. I'm being honest, and to see if you move it, and you don't move your mouth.
Yeah, she's good.
I'm sorry for trying to break the fourth wall here, but I've never actually seen it happen in front of me. Hello, Earl. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic.
I'm sorry that we didn't mic you up. Our audio guy was sleeping on the job earlier today, so we should have had a second mic for you. But I appreciate you working through the kinks with us here.
You should fire that guy.
I agree, actually.
I don't think they should fire him.
No. I actually sometimes he gets a little bit too mouthy. Earl, thank you for coming to the show. How do you like New York City?
It's fantastic. A little cold.
Yes.
It is a little cold. Actually, we went out for a walk before and I didn't have a coat for him, so he had to stay back and he's a little bit upset. Yeah, he didn't get to see the things. He wanted to see, what did you want to see?
Chicago.
Oh.
Yes, well, I went and saw Chicago without him, and then I came back and I said there was a whole act with a puppet in it, so he's a little bit jealous. But we have something for you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we got a little gift.
You got a gift for me, Earl.
Yeah, do you want it?
Is it for the holidays?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I would love to see it. Yes, please.
All right, stay here.
Okay, we're staying. I'm not going anywhere. Earl bearing gifts.
I know, he's the puppet that keeps on
Oh my
giving.
dear, look at this. Wow, an actual gift.
Yes,
really?
we got you an actual present.
Oh my God. Should I open it?
Yeah.
Oh my dear. Thank you, Earl. Is this from Earl or is this from you?
It's from Earl.
Oh, Earl, what a
Yes.
mensch you are, as we like to say, Earl. Thank you so much. Wow. Wow. That means a lot. Wow.
What is it?
This is Earl and Harley. This is a My Buddy.
That's
wow.
OG. That's
This-
one of the OG puppet kind
Oh my
of
God.
things. Well, he's not a puppet, but he's...
To be honest, like the wave of nostalgia that is like washing over me right now, because I told Harley that I used to have this exact guy. Do you remember this guy?
Yeah, my buddy.
My buddy and me. And then he had a kid sister. Kid
Yes,
sister.
yes.
And this was huge in the 80s, sort of around the time that Hulk Hogan was big, mid 80s, rock and wrestling, Dusty Rhodes here.
Yeah.
And I had this guy, and this was my guy that I would use as my fake, because I didn't have one that you could put your hand up
in,
your
yes,
butt.
this was your version.
Yes, this is my guy. Wow, and it's the exact same one. Do they still sell these?
Well, apparently so,
Okay,
right?
well, I didn't know if you got like an old school one off eBay. That means a lot.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much. I could try to do it. So can I tell you my I want to try to do it. Can I try to take it out
Yes,
here?
please.
Let me try to do it with you. Can I?
Oh my God, yes.
Here
I
it
want to
is.
see what you did.
Well, I haven't done it in like 20 years, if I'm being
Oh, the
honest,
pressure's
so-
on.
The pressure is on.
The pressure's
How do you
on.
deal with the pressure, Earl, when the lights are bright?
I don't get nervous.
You don't get nervous at all?
Never.
It seems like you've been around the block there. I mean, I see the white hair. You're losing a little bit of it.
Yeah, spilt my coffee.
Spilt your coffee?
Where?
All over my face.
Oh my gosh. Well, you look fantastic, Earl. And this is my friend Buddy. I'm trying to do. You see? It's hard not to smile. And yeah, I'm telling you, like you don't know. Hello, Buddy. How are you? I'm doing okay. How are you?
Oh, that's actually kind of good.
It's so nice to see you again. It's been like 30 years since I last saw you. Yeah, it's great to see you too, Ariel. Hey, you know what? It's actually not bad.
You're actually pretty good. I'm actually impressed.
Ariel, I missed. Ah, fuck. You can't move the lips there, right?
Right?
What's the key? How do you not move the lips? What's the key?
It's a lot of trick. I mean, for me personally, I will kind of like the tighter I pinch, I feel like I can
Pinch what?
like my mouth in a
Oh, you
good
have to
grip.
keep it there.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I do this like this.
You have to just leave it there.
A lot easier, yeah. And then also it's like you practice the tongue work, you know?
Yes.
know?
Yes.
You know, I gotta get it, then I gotta go, and then I gotta sit it, then I gotta show it.
Okay, that was super impressive, but you don't move your teeth.
Yes.
That-
Well, I will say this is why it's an art form, you know? It's
is.
it's
No,
a lot
no.
of practice.
I am very no. See, now I'm sucking. I'm very no. It's really hard. It's
hard,
actually really
right?
hard.
Yeah.
Wow, it's been a while. It's
Hey,
been a while.
I still rate you a good 7 out of 10 for that.
7 out of 10?
Yeah,
I feel like I
6.
could do better.
No,
I
7.
I think I'm a little nervous in front of you guys. Well, I'm so happy to see you, Ariel. I mean, it feels like it's been a really long time since we last spoke to each other. And look at these cool people in front of us. Isn't it great? No, it sucks. I suck.
No, that
I
was
absolutely
fantastic.
suck, Earl. You're fantastic. And actually, you know what? The other thing is that I'm not thinking about. You have to move the mouth
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
Wow.
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah, we're a good team.
And so, and so, which is your favorite one?
Which is my favorite? Oh, I can't pick favorites, but I will say Earl is actually one of my OGs when I first started picking it up back again. He was the guy that what did we put it on?
Twitter.
Oh yeah, we put it on Twitter. And that's when people were like, oh, we like ventriloquism. So we were very honored.
I saw a great one. We have one, I think it might be with a beaver.
Yes,
You know the beaver.
Mm-hmm, my beaver.
Let's show it to the people. Was it on Cameo? I think.
Yes, possibly Cameo or Twitter or Instagram or something of that nature.
And who is the beaver as a character?
Barry.
Barry the beaver.
Yeah.
And why?
Gary, sorry. not
Gary.
Barry.
Wow. He's
Yeah.
gonna be offended the next
He's
time
going to be
he sees
offended.
you.
I know, just like my siblings. I forgot their names. Jesus.
I thought that one was a really good one. That
Thank
one.
you.
So they all have their own personalities. They all have their own
They-
sort of gimmick. If you will.
They do. Yes.
Okay.
They're all
So we've
very-
got Gary. We've got. Oh, here he is. There. Look at this one. I like
Oh,
this
yeah.
one a lot.
Yeah, he's my big boy. I can't travel with him because he's too big for the suitcase. He gets FOMO, you know.
Yes. No, I understand.
He's
I
not
like.
the good one. I am.
Okay, that's why you're here. Okay.
This is the big time. You
Yeah.
made it to the big leagues, my friend.
Finally.
Do you get a lot of people asking for cameos with the dolls?
Yes.
That's the main thing, right?
I want to see Earl.
Yes. We obviously.
Yeah, no. You're a star. You're a star.
I know.
Well, I'm not the star.
I know.
You're the star.
I know.
Yeah. Well.
How often do you bring them to the wrestling shows? Like how I know the Mercedes one has popped up before.
She lives on the truck. She likes
Okay.
to travel on the road. But the Earl stays with me most of the time. This is little Earl, actually a big Earl. It's,
Okay.
It's like a bigger version of Earl. He's also called Earl.
Okay.
I don't like him.
Yeah, you don't like him because he's the big version of you, and he's sad because he's little. you know?
Okay. Earl, can I ask you, are you a wrestling fan?
Of course I am.
Okay, can you give me your current Mount Rushmore of women's wrestlers?
Oh, Harley Cameron.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tony Storm.
Ooh, I like that one.
Like that one a lot? Big fan?
Willow Nightingale.
Okay.
And Chris Statlander.
Wow.
Oh.
Coincidentally, all working for AEW
I know,
right
do you
now.
know what? He's got good taste. You got good
Yes.
taste.
Well done. Well done. What about your all-time Mount Rushmore?
Oh, Trish Stratus.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Gail Kim.
Okay. Legendary Canadian as well.
Yes. And wait, are we doing all women?
All women. Mount Rushmore.
Oh, yeah. Okay, in the old school only.
No, all time.
Oh, of all time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tony Storm.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Okay,
yes.
yes. And do you like, you like,
Mercedes.
oh,
Okay.
okay, interesting choice
I
there
wasn't
because
expecting
you know
that
she's
one.
kind of mean to me sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Oh, well, I guess I can't judge his choices, you know?
Could I ask what was it like working with her?
Honestly, amazing. She has taught me a level of hard work, and she has taught me that it doesn't matter how successful and accomplished you are, certain people will continuously put the work in. And that is a standard I'd like to hold for myself, because I think the things I see her doing, I think to myself sometimes, I'm like, oh, you don't have to be doing that, and you are. Like some of the training sessions that I've gone to, like in Orlando, like in warehouses that have no air conditioning and everything, like she's been at, like she's constantly wanting to get better. When we do matches, like she's pushed me to new levels, and I think that working with her has made me go, okay, this is the level of professionalism and the standard that I want to hold for myself in this industry.
Wow. Okay. And Tony Storm, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys have a lot in common. Like as
Yeah.
far as performing, what she's done with her character,
Yeah.
timeless Tony Storm. I mean, it's unbelievable. What do you think of her?
I think Tony has just revolutionized women's wrestling. I think that she is so talented. I would say, like personally, like in my opinion, she's like she is the woman. She
Right.
is her character ability, everything she brings is so unique and refreshing and different. She's also just like the greatest down to earth person you've ever met. We're actually from the same area in Australia.
Yes.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course. But you didn't know each other.
No, we didn't know each other.
By the way, my audio guy is going to be so mad that Earl is on the mic and you're not right now.
Yeah,
He's stealing all the.
You want to go to bed?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Okay, well, do you want to say goodbye?
Thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure. It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, and thank you for the gift, Earl.
You're
you
welcome.
really blew me away with this one.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
You too.
Okay, go to bed now.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, he's hogging the mic. He does that. He hogs the mic.
No, I understand. Naturally, you want to put him up against the microphone, but I don't want Frank in the
Yes,
back
yes,
to
we
get
need to
mad
make
at
sure
me.
I can talk.
So she's from the same town as you, and what she's done is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Right now, which promotion would you say has the better women's division?
AEW.
Okay.
I can't, I'm just biased, but I just think that our locker, it's funny, I was talking about this the other day. Our locker room is just so strong, and we have so many people from different walks of like experience in life. We have a lot of new people that have come in, like from Japan and so on and so forth, and there's a lot of different styles going on. But everyone is like really close knit, and there's a lot of talent there. I think Blood and Guts was a good testament to that. I think that was a good showcasing of the women we currently have, the game we play, the lengths we go to, and I think that I really feel like our division feels stronger than ever.
What do you say to the people who say it's like a little bit too far sometimes? Some of the blood and guts type of stuff, some of the antics.
I mean, well, the reality is it's in the name. It's Blood and Guts. If you want to watch my pony club, then we'd call it that. I think that showcasing in itself is exactly why it's titled as such. And I think, of course, certain people are going to like have limits of what they'd like to watch and everything like that. But it is one of those like special, rare occasions where it's this like, it's unique. It is called that for a reason. And I think that that's what kind of separates us sometimes is it's like, we aren't afraid to push boundaries and go a little bit further. And sometimes the things we do are shocking and they go above what some people have seen in the past, but that's kind of like what makes us unique.
How would you describe the locker room right now?
Really strong. Really strong. And again, too, I'm not just saying it to say it, like, it's like a family to me. Like there is, I come into work every week excited to go to work. We train together before work. We hang out after. Like there is a really strong sense of family there. It's really nice. And again, too, like I'm getting to work with all these amazing athletes who have so much more experience than me. And I feel really lucky to be around such talent.
Has it evolved since you've been there?
Absolutely.
And what was it like when you first came in?
When I first came in, I wasn't wrestling, so I wasn't able to give too much of an input because I wasn't in the thick of the wrestling side of things. It's completely different when you're in that ring. My buddy!
I saved him. I saved you, bud. I saved you. Sorry about that.
He wants to lay down too. He's jealous.
He's got a very heavy head. He's got a very, so it acts as a weight.
He's a tilt, you know? So obviously I think for a good year I didn't have a match in the company. I was in QTV and I was just managing and doing promos. So I didn't, it's hard for me to make an accurate comparison because I will say it's different when you're in the thick of it with the locker room, but everyone was always pleasant. It's when I started wrestling, obviously that's when you become closer and you bond and you find out what people are really like behind closed doors and everything. But honestly, I've just had a really positive experience.
Was there a point where you thought maybe I should just be a manager?
No, there was points where there was points while I was just a manager that I was like, I really am worried that I'm only going to be a manager.
Okay.
Because I wanted to wrestle from day one. Like it's all I wanted to do. And also I had a lot of people when I begun say to me like, you should just be a manager, just, stay there, do that. That's your lane. But that kind of stuff just made me want to be better and it made me want to train harder.
When you won that belt not that long ago, what was that night like?
Yeah, it was amazing. I think that it represents faith in you as a competitor, as a performer. Also, it was definitely a moment, as you were referring to before, like, are there moments where it kind of clicks that you're like, oh, it was worth it. It's made it. This, being with Willow, who I absolutely adore, getting to make history together and being the first ever AEW tag team champions is something that I am like, wow, it's going to, like, there's ups and downs in life and there's ebbs and flows in the business in general, but there's monumental moments like this that you go, well, no one can take that away from me. And that no matter which way the journey goes, there's moments that you can look back and be proud of. And I'm so elated that I get to have that moment, you know?
It's incredible. You're the first ever.
Yeah.
What an honor. Before it's all said and done, dream matchup, dream opponent, a match that must happen in your career.
Oh, gosh. I will say, truthfully, we have World's End coming up, obviously. Willow and I against Mercedes and Athena. I think that our first tag match against them was one of my favorite matches I've ever had in my life, and I genuinely am so excited for that. When I had a taste of it the first time, I was like, it was one of those matches that stays with you and again makes you go, oh gosh, I'd love to face them again, and like now it's happening. And so I will truthfully say that I am very, very looking forward to that.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
That is a good answer. When is that, by the way?
It is this Saturday.
Coming up, yeah.
Coming up the 27th
yes,
December at the Now Arena in Chicago. Woo!
The night after
the All Elite Comedy Show.
All Elite Comedy Show, which I will be honest, I did not know about.
Yes, well, we do them often, so we're trying to do them more often. And we do them in Chicago all the time, but we're trying to do them perhaps more often in different cities. But it's great. We do a lot of fun stuff. It's really, really fun. Yeah, again, Colt Cabana and RJ City host it and kind of run the night. But I will always be there doing stand-up.
Are there other wrestlers who are doing stand-up as well?
So Tony Schiavone sometimes.
Tony Schiavone?
Yeah.
The legend?
The legend himself.
He called me a very mean word on Twitter one time.
What?
Shall I say it? It's a little bit, he called me a slapdick, and I don't even know what that means.
I know what that means.
I don't even know what it means, but I don't think it was a term of endearment.
Oh gosh, you know what? I'm going to ask him.
But I love Tony Schiavone, by the way.
I love him. But also he's
a legend. I was watching him when I was,
Yes, he's one of my favorite people. Again, too, when I talk about how the workplace feels like family, I'm very close with him. He's a wonderful person. I'm close with him and his wife. They're wonderful people.
He's doing comedy.
Yes, and he is funny,
really?
Man. Oh, yeah.
Okay, wow. Tony Schiavone, I had no idea. So it's like a rotating cast of people.
Yes, so it's usually always myself, RJ, and Colt.
Yeah.
And then we have people that are rotating. So, for example, this week we have the Outrunners, and we've got Marina and Roddy there.
Okay.
But in the past, we've had like Tekla, we've had Willow, we've had all kinds of people. So we usually do certain people, like I'll do stand-up, the boys will do stand-up, like Tony Schiavone, people like that. He'll do stand-up, and then we'll play like an improv game, which is the rest of the comedy show.
Wow.
But it usually is pretty wild.
All right. Well, one day I'd love to see it.
Yes.
This has been phenomenal. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you coming in. I think you had to stay a little bit longer, so thank you so much for that. If not, really, really appreciate it. Thank you for this too.
You're welcome.
Thank you for bringing in Earl. Congrats on all your success. Really.
Thank you so much.
It's a lot of fun, and in my opinion, you've broken through. And I think what's tough in this day and age is to kind of stand out and be unique and sort of not fit into a certain mold. And it feels like you are getting to be who you want to be, and you're having great success doing that. So bringing in all these other elements of your personality, I think really comes off the screen, and it's very fun to see all these different. You're playing piano one day, you're playing guitar, you're singing. It's really impressive. So
thank you so much.
Well done. Continued success. There's a show this Wednesday, right? It's Dynamite on TBS this Wednesday.
That is correct.
Is that the New York show?
Yes, and then we have the Thursday as well.
On Christmas.
On Christmas.
Golly.
The Christmas show.
And then the Friday, and then the Saturday show.
That is correct. And
okay.
The Saturday is World's End. So we've got a really big week coming up. It's going to be excellent.
Good luck. If people want to check you out on Cameo, we just put that up there moments ago, so people can check you out. Perhaps for the holidays.
Yes.
A couple of days
I've
left.
got Earl with me,
Earl's here. She can do it on the spot. And again, thank you so much for coming in. There it is. There's the Cameo.
There I am. Look, I usually do it in my pajamas, so don't expect anything glamorous.
Listen. $1,000 did I see there, or was that for a business?
$1 million.
Okay, $1 million.
No. I don't remember what it's priced. I'll do a Christmas discount.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. All the best to you. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up. Leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.